days, smoking opium was a normal thing to do, no worse than smoking cigarettes. But even so, I think my father knew the harm it did to his body. I went to the den at Chinatown often, so every day I saw opium addicts lying down with their long pipes. My father always warned my brothers, 2 of them were gangsters, not to ever try. He told them that even if one day they were very ill and going to die, and someone offered them opium to help them get well, it would be better to die than to take the opium. He knew what it was like to be an addict, and he believed that the only way an addict could be cured would be to change all the blood in his body. He said he would rather die than take this path. Although I was exposed to the kind of life my family had in Chinatown, I was still pretty much the good kid brought up in Queenstown, a nice neighborhood, living properly, attending school like all the other kids. So the warning about drugs did not get passed down to me. Maybe they thought I had a better chance of growing up normally and properly. Apart from my father's den in Chinatown, I was also exposed to drugs at home. By the time I was in primary school, I already knew what opium slabs looked like, as we had them at home. My father told me each slab was 4.4 pounds. It seems like an odd weight, but I guess the source country used the metric system. 4.4 pounds is 2 kilograms. He cooked the opium in our flat's kitchen in Queenstown once a week, and I would sometimes watch when I was in primary 5 and 6. I was curious about everything, and I did not just watch my father cooking opium. I also watched my neighbors cook more regular things, like food. In those early days of public housing, people who had moved in from the kampungs still took the kampung spirit with them. Our door and our neighbors' doors were always open. Kids were free to run along the corridors and no one complained about us running in and out of each other's homes. Now please understand that I loved my mother and I revered her, but she was not exactly a great cook. As a result, I was often attracted to the smells of my neighbors' cooking and would visit them. If your neighbor's kid comes into your kitchen and says your cooking smells great, wouldn't you give him a bit to taste? But mind you, I was not greedy. I was really just curious. And there was an Indian family I was especially fond of visiting. Their kids were my friends,